Hello, everybody, and welcome back. BJ here from BJ Drinks Beer. Today, I've got another hop water for you. This one is by Hoplark. Oh, excuse me, Hoplark from Boulder, Colorado. It's called Hop Sour. It's dry hopped with Simcoe and Strata. If you look at the can, all right. So, uh, 0 calories, zero everything. Um, Ingredients: carbonated water, hibiscus petals, Simcoe and Strata hops, lactic acid, and citric acid. Um, Anything of interest here? Your new daytime brew. A bit sour, a bit juicy, tart, and easy drinking. Our riff on a kettle sour. No calories, no sugar, no gluten. What's that? Flavor, flavor something I can't see. It's a dark spot in the can. Uh, Flavor bomb. Oh, at Hoplark, we believe craft can be clean, simple, and damn refreshing. Okay. All right. Curious as to what color this. Ooh, it's pink. All right. I guess that's the hibiscus. I mean, that's all it could be, really. I would say Strata and Simcoe. Pretty good hop combination. Look at that. Don't need to put the light behind that. You can see it's pretty clear, but that's nice and red on the nose. Yeah, you get that. You definitely get the dankness of the Simcoe. Picking up the Simcoe or the Strata. I'm not sure which. But yeah, there's a little bit of bitterness, a little bit of dankness, and not getting anything else. So also it's interesting to me with the sour. If I'm not mistaken, the sourness typically comes from the yeast, but there's no yeast in this. So is it just the citric acid and the hibiscus petals creating that sourness? Well, I haven't even tasted it yet, but the sourness that it claims to have. We'll see. Or maybe we won't. I don't know. Let's give it a try. Okay. Um, Super refreshing. Just the slightest hint of flavor. I mean, you get a little bit of dankness, a little bit of bitterness from the hops. You get a little bit of tartness. I wouldn't call it sour, just tartness. Um, and yeah, just a little bit of like, I wouldn't even say a sweet flavor. Definitely not sweet. Yeah. I guess all the sourness is coming from the hibiscus and maybe the citric acid or lactic acid. Um, but yeah, it all comes together very nicely. It's super drinkable, and it just has that little bit of back end sour bitterness. Kind of reminds me of like cranberry juice, like a watered down cranberry juice. The carbonation, personally, I would prefer it without, but I don't know if people are doing non-carbonated hop waters. But I just feel the carbonation is a little excessive. It's a little more carbonated than like your average beer, I would think. Yeah, I mean, if you look, I mean, the carbonation is still. Let me turn it so you can see. Can you see? Yeah, yeah, you can still see it's carbonated. I would think this is, like I said, a little more carbonated than your average beer. Yeah, it's almost like a. I keep going back to cranberry, even though it's not even remotely cranberry like in the flavor. But I mean, I guess just the bitterness and the tartness makes me think of cranberry. It's like a cranberry seltzer water almost. you're enjoying this video or finding it helpful or informative, why don't you go ahead and drop a like? It helps with the algorithm and it makes me smile. While you're at it, why don't you give me a follow? My name is BJ Drinks Beer and I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. If you've had this one or anything from Hoplark, why don't you drop a little something in the comments and tell me what you thought about it? If this looks good, if this like it's something you might want to try, you maybe have some questions, why don't you go ahead and leave them in the comments? If you'd like to find this one, you can find this one at Joe Canals in Marlton. Rating. This one, super crushable, super easy drinking. It's got like that little bit of back end bitterness, tartness. Um, yeah, a little more flavor would be nice. But as is, I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. If this had a little more flavor to it, I think, a little more hop intensity, a little more, maybe not hibiscus, but, a little bit of something. Wow. The hop waters just typically, they're great. They're super refreshing. You get that little hint of hop bitterness, but typically, they're just not very, I don't know what the word would be. I mean, they have very low flavor intensity, and I think like I don't know. I'd honestly like to try like something like triple, quadruple dry hops, and just you know have the hop flavor really, really come through instead of it being so mild. Yeah, 3.5 out of 5. Uh, if you haven't had anything from Hoplark, I'm pretty sure all they do is hop water, and I've had a couple good ones from them. The Citra was very good, and there's yeah, what the other one was, but there's a yellow and an orange box. I don't know. Either way, try them. You won't be disappointed if this is your thing. And this one in particular, it's definitely worth trying. But yeah, I don't see myself picking this up again. Well, that's all I got for this time. Until next time. Cheers.